Welcome to the Flippin' Hippos reseller channel. I'm Star. If you're new here, you haven't already, please consider subscribing and don't forget to hit the like button. It helps us feed our hungry hippos. Today is Friday, June 6th, and because it's a Friday, I like to do a fun video. We're going to do another one in my series of things that sold for thousands. I am going to change the format of how I do these just a little bit. Instead of looking at the highest dollar sold on eBay and then also at Terapeak, we're only going to look at eBay. eBay goes back 3 months. You can go back up to 3 years on Terapeak, which is why in the past I had also looked at Terapeak so we could look back a full year. We're only going to look back 3 months. And then instead of Terapeak, I'm going to go to another tab I have open here of the most recent solds on eBay, sorted by ended recently, so we can see what is selling currently right now and is probably more realistic and feasible for any of us to find while we're outsourcing. I still want to look at the highest dollar amounts because that's fun and that's what this series is about. But I've said this in almost every single video in this series. While this is fun and enjoyable and exciting to look at all of these different items that sell for thousands of dollars, the reality of any of us finding these items in the wild or a wholesale buy is probably very small. Not even probably. It is very small. It is very unrealistic that myself or any of my viewers are going to find these items. These are once in a lifetime, very rare finds. So while it's fun to look at, I also want to look at what is feasible and what in reality we may actually find while outsourcing. And these are going to be more down to earth, realistic numbers as far as what they sell for, but they're items we can actively look for and seek out and maybe find. So today we're looking at Lego Harry Potter sets. We did Star Wars last week, and I'll probably do Lord of the Rings Lego next week. If you have any requests for anything you'd like to see in this series, let me know. We'll start with the items that sold for the most money. I have this sorted by solds and the sort price highest first. I usually go down about 10 or so, maybe a little more because you usually see a lot of repeats. We have the Harry Potter Hogwarts Express Collector's Edition. This is pretty neat. And there is a bunch of those. We got one for $629, $687, $557. You can see this is shipping from Japan, South Korea, Australia. Here's one from America, $700 for Hogwarts Express. This one sold for $700 as well. This one actually shows you all the little pieces. This is really cute. If you're a Harry Potter fan, whether the books or the movies, this is really cute. We have more, one more. That seems to be one that sells pretty often and for a good amount. So if you by chance were that one person in hundreds of thousands of people that I know in reselling that found this, I would grab it. I mean, they sell pretty regularly and for a good amount. This is a lot. So someone sold their Jurassic World, Star Wars, and Harry Potter Lego all together for almost $1,000 for all of what you see here. It's pretty good. Then we have please read full description. Let's go see what they're saying here. Harry Potter Legos, set of 15. Looks like you have a nice variety here. What does their description say? Their description lays out what you're getting, so that's a nice listing. You can show everything in a photo, but you should also have everything in your description. There is an expression I like that says, take your photographs for your listings as if there were no description and your photos had to do all the work, and carrying the load of describing your item, but then also write your descriptions as if there were no pictures so that the description describes everything in your listing perfectly. If you have photos like there were no description and you write a description like there were no photos, you're going to have a very descriptive, keyword loaded, good listing for the algorithm. Plus your buyer knows what they're getting. I would always rather go into a little bit more detail so the buyer knows exactly what they're getting, so there are no miscommunications or misunderstandings. You can avoid a lot of returns that way. And if you do a lot like this, this is exactly what I do. I get as many pictures as I can. I do this with like Build-A-Bear clothes, and every once in a while I get Beanie Babies or other poopy plush and like my wholesale buys, and I'll lay them all out so you can see them. And I always go in here with bullet points like this and tell the buyer exactly what they're getting. So this is a really good listing. I really wanted to talk about that with you. Also, if you don't know how to put the bullets, if you push Alt and hold it in on your keyboard, hold down Alt and then 0149 while you're still holding Alt, you'll get your bullet. Okay, sorry. Lego Harry Potter set, lot, details, and description. So here's another one that's going to have a good description. We're going to peek. Yep, good. And nice pictures of like everything you get. These aren't in the boxes, so these are just sets that are broken down. Some are in bags. Some are in cases. I can see they have a lot of figs in here. This is neat. It's cool when you can like just look in there and be like, oh, I know all these people. All right, so I know all these people. Like, yes, I do know all of the people from Harry Potter personally. They're friends of mine. Retired motorized Hogwarts Express. This is sealed in the box. Sold for $1,000. So this Hogwarts Express, you guys, it's hot. People buy it constantly and for good money. We have these Lego Harry Potter wall artwork, Hogwarts crests. Look at the detail, these tiny little Legos. This is really cool. 9 3/4. You got the Hogwarts houses. These are something like you could put together and hang on your wall. I don't know that it's $1,100 worth of pool, but it's certainly very neat. Very cool. You got all 4 houses on the crest there. You've got just detail. This is great. $1,100 though, man. 16 new Harry Potter Lego set lot. So this includes Diagon Alley, Chamber of Secrets, several different sets for $1,200. You've got the Hogwarts Castle for $1,400. You too can have the Hogwarts Castle. Here we have the Lego Hogwarts extension. So this is just an extension set if you've already got the Hogwarts Castle. I like the front picture there. It tells you the dimensions and how many pieces. $1,800 for that, $1,700. And the Lego Harry Potter Attack on the Burrow. This is a used Lego set of the Attack on the Burrow, and it's $5,000. That is absolutely insane. That's so just look at these prices as we go down here. That collector's edition of Hogwarts is definitely worth some money. You never know. You may be the one reseller, once in a million chance in a lifetime, that finds one of these. There seems to be a lot of the collector's edition of Hogwarts. So maybe there's a higher chance that we'll find one of those in the wild versus the $5,000 set of the Attack on the Burrow. So let's look at some more realistic. I've sorted this by Lego Harry Potter solds ending most recently so we can see what's actually selling currently today and what it's selling for. Now, I am recording this on June 5th at 10:30 in the morning, and you're going to see that there's already so many sales today. We have $159 for Diagon Alley. Look how cute the detail. Just the details are actually really awesome, but the little set's cute. We got the Attack on the Burrow. This one's only $35. No minifigs. So if you have the full set of the Attack on the Burrow, $5,000, sold in March. And then today, one without the figures sold for far less, for $35. By 10:30 in the morning, we've already got a full list. You'll see that most of these are dated June 5th on the solds here. Lego Harry Potter, The Monster Book of Monsters, $50. Something we might look at more outsourcing. You can get $50 for something you paid a couple bucks for. That's great. We've got Hogwarts Moment Defense Against the Arcs class. Mouthful there, $25 for that. I think the Diagon Alley is probably going to be your most expensive on this list, but it's sorted by dates rather than price. We've got Harry Potter Lego game. By the way, the Lego games are so much fun. I'm not even really a gamer, but I love the Lego games. Not just Harry Potter. They have Batman. They have Marvel. Keith and I really do like to play the Lego games together. If you have kids, or if you are big kids like us, it's a good co-op game that you can play together. You have to cooperate and build things and work together as a team. I really like the Lego games. If you're a gamer or just like fun stuff, I recommend them. Anyway, that is a tangent. I digress. I just kind of nerding out over here. I really like the Lego games and I like to talk about them. So we have a fleece blanket here for $20 plus shipping. Lots of Lego branded items are going to be good sellers, whether the actual building sets or not. Honestly, the games, the blankets, the merchandise, the plush. Here we have the Harry Potter Hogwarts Wizards chess board. The Tri-Wizard Tournament for $30 here. We have another monster book for $52 plus 10 delivery. And then below that, we've got a set of 4 Hogwarts house banner sets. So that's another build that you can do and hang somewhere or display somewhere. It's really cool. $159 for that. So yeah, these are like realistic things that maybe any of us could find if we were out in the wild and we wanted to source some Legos. Don't just hold yourself to Harry Potter. There's other movies and characters that are popular that sell for good money. Legos are always going to retain their popularity. We did Star Wars last week. I think Star Wars and Harry Potter have solid fan bases. They're always going to have. So don't overlook these when you're outsourcing for sure. These Hogwarts moments here. You got another chess set for $105. You got Hagrid's Hut for $42. Hogwarts Fluffy Encounter. They took a best offer on that, so I don't know what it sold for. We've got, look at this, the Night Bus just by itself is $50. Hogwarts Express. Now this one's not the collector's edition, so that's why it's only $60 versus the other ones we had seen previously that sold for a lot more. Hogwarts Castle. I mean, so you can see down through here that Lego are definitely worth picking up. Harry Potter seems to be a very popular one. We looked at Star Wars last week. If you didn't watch it, I'll have it pop up at the end. But Star Wars and Harry Potter, I think, are timeless. They're always going to have a fan base. I mean, Star Wars has been around since 1977, so they're always going to have fan bases. But I think Legos in and of themselves are always going to be popular as well. People really like Lego. All right, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, requests for future videos, let me know. And be on the lookout for Legos while you're outsourcing this weekend. Have a great weekend, and don't forget your work-life balance. I will see you in the next one, guys. Thank you for watching. Bye.